All right. Welcome to the Absolutely Not Another podcast. It is just Mr. Cassie and Mrs. Cassie.
Yep. Just us
for
two.
today. And Cassie, it is summertime in our household.
Officially.
Tyson's
on summer break, which means we're on summer break.
Yeah. And we got a vacation coming up next week, taking him to the most magical place on earth. Rat World, as your dad would call
My
it.
My dad calls it Rat World. That is correct.
But it doesn't really feel like summertime because here in Pittsburgh, it has gone from 70s, 80 degrees in April.
Mm-hmm.
In May, it's been 35, 45, high temperatures, 60 degrees. That's why I'm in a jacket right now, actually.
It's like I need the weather to decide because I want to swap out my clothes. You know, I want to take all my winter clothes and put them away. But every day, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this today. The weather sucks. And I'm like, I'm not going to put all those clothes away because I got to wear them.
Yeah. Whenever we were in college, the week of our graduation, it snowed the last week, early May.
Yeah, I was going to say, it probably was exactly the same time frame, early May. That's when we're recording.
Get me to Florida.
Yes.
Which is where we went right after for it. The other thing happening is I got to wish you a happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, Mother's Day. The best day ever.
You gave me a request on what you wanted for Mother's Day. We have a restaurant that we frequent probably once every week, every 2 weeks.
Maybe twice a week.
Sometimes twice a week. They have these empanadas. I might be pronouncing that wrong.
No, that's correct.
And a chicken bacon ranch dip.
Yes.
You're like, I want you to go down, order it, bring it home to me, let me devour it.
Yeah, that's all I want for Mother's Day. I don't want anything else, honestly. I want those two appetizers, maybe a pizza from there.
Maybe some pizza too. Maybe some kid-free hour 2 or 3 or just a little R&R.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't mind. Like, Mother's Day is about being a mom. So, like, to me, I'm like, I like to be around the kids.
Yeah. Give you some relaxation. I got plans maybe.
Oh.
It's not really like big plans. It's just,
I'm like, what are the plans?
Just thinking maybe take them away for like an hour or two and then come back.
Just rest.
Yeah, just have your me time for a moment. And then we'll come back and enjoy our Mother's Day.
And party.
Oh, we're going to party.
As in party,
I
mean, we'll probably be watching Moana.
Moana, yeah. Tyson's
Moana or Beauty and the Beast.
He's been in the Beauty and the Beast for the last few weeks. And right before Disney, like, hold on to that. Yeah, because there's a lot of cool things in Disney that deal with Lumiere, Cogsworth, Belle, the Beast, Gaston. His pub that's there that really isn't a pub. I wanted him to experience that, but right now he's into the crab.
The crab from Moana. I think it's because he likes crabs. And then, like, it just naturally, he saw that there was a crab in Moana, and he loves villains. So that's like a mashup for him.
Yeah, and shout out Danny Go. There's one particular video that both the kids like right now. Where they do
dance like an animal, and one of it's a crab, and he gets down, he does the crab walk, he does his little crab arms. Benny is funny with it too, though. Whenever the dinosaur comes out, she's like, "It's me."
She laughs every time. That's great.
It is so funny.
With summertime, it does bring neighbors out and about. Everyone's been in hibernation. Mm-hmm. Some have stayed in hibernation. Whenever we moved to our neighborhood, for the first 6 months, we shook hands with our neighbors. Pleasure to meet you.
I would say 4 months.
4 months of just...
Because then it was March.
Yeah, knowing who they are. March hits, and it was 2020.
Yeah, we all know what happened then.
About a few weeks passed in 2020, and the neighbors started to get a little stir crazy. We were a part of that.
Yeah.
And one neighbor in particular, our next door neighbor, shout out Steve. If you're listening, I know you aren't, but
he's not listening.
Shout out Steve. I don't even think he knows what a podcast is.
Probably not.
No. But he was out there. We're like, we should take the dogs out. At the time, we didn't have our kids.
Yeah.
And then all the other neighbors started to congregate, and we were 6 feet apart.
Yeah, we stayed 6 feet apart.
And then about a week or two passed. We're like, no one has gone anywhere.
We've all just been at our house. I love summertime in our neighborhood or like on our street specifically because there's so many kids that are the same age.
Yeah.
All of the parents are super chill. Everybody on our street's like very friendly.
Very friendly.
And like, I don't know, I didn't grow up in a neighborhood. I grew up on a main street, so I didn't have that. So like to have that now, I'm like, I absolutely love that.
Yeah, I grew up the street that I was on. My sister she's about 10 years older than me. Shout out.
Don't reveal her age.
Don't reveal her age. She lived 2 doors down. My sister lived 2 doors down. And our other neighbors within the neighborhood, so to say, not necessarily my street, but the kids my age, we would go around and play different games. And it was one of those neighborhoods where it was like late 90s, early 2000s. My parents, like, you have to be home when the street light comes on. And when I start to hear the buzz of the street light turning on, I gotta get home. I gotta hurry up. I gotta make it home before they get mad at me. And then it became into turning 16 and getting my license, like be home by 11 o'clock. Like 11:01 hit. Like I'm grounded for a week because I'm a minute late. My parents weren't like harsh. They didn't really ground me. But in my mind, I'm thinking I'm going to be in like big trouble for it. But when we lived in Florida, we never really had...
We had neighbors, but we did not talk to them. I mean, like, we maybe said hi.
We were cordial with them.
Yeah, there was a couple times we maybe had a couple cocktails and ended up, like, somehow in their house a couple times. I'm like, what are we doing here? I don't know. Yeah. I literally don't know these people.
Why am I here? We do that way too often with our neighbors now. Like, my two best friends outside of my buddies from college or buddies from home are my
neighbors on
the street. Yeah. Shout out again, Steve and Rick.
Rick probably knows what a podcast is.
Rick knows what a podcast is. Rick's always on social media following along. So shout out, Rick. I know you're listening. With the summertime hitting and then just seeing the neighborhood kind of come to life, we figured this episode would gear towards neighbors in the neighborhood.
We got a really good story about a nosy neighbor. So if you didn't know, that's what today's episode's about. Neighbors.
Neighbors. Not the movie.
Won't you be my neighbor?
Yeah. Another shout out. We said it maybe in one of the first few episodes. We moved into our neighborhood
right after.
Shout out Tom Hanks if you ever want to get on again. But he filmed not the entire movie, but a couple of the scenes were in our neighborhood. And Tom Hanks was there. And everyone that was living there at the time, they all congregated to the house that filmed it. And he was very nice to everybody. He was taking pictures. He was welcoming everybody to our very own neighborhood, I guess.
I just think that's so cool. Like, I wish. But it is
shout out neighbors, regardless.
Shout out Tom Hanks.
And Tom Hanks, shout out to you, sir.
All right. And just a friendly reminder before we get into the story that if you have a juicy story or something dramatic that you want to share with us, to email it into info@weddingprocast.com and title it Story Submission. If you've changed the names, let us know, because we always change a couple of details before we share it on the pod.
Yeah.
And if you have any feedback for us or you've been listening along, make sure you're following, subscribe on Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you listen, and also my YouTube channel if you like to watch us. And we are totally open to feedback. We've been having guests on. We'll start having more. If there's something you want to hear or a themed episode that you want, like, let us know.
Yeah.
Email us.
We want to do it. I would say very happy with everyone giving the feedback. We've been 5 stars across the board.
Heck yeah. 5 stars only.
5 stars only. I was even saying 4 stars only before.
4 stars
it's only
and above.
been 5 stars, which I appreciate the 5-star review.
Yes.
Because we can blabble.
Yes. Okay. We're going to get into the story. This segment is brought to you by Memory. That's MEMORII. And if you're getting married and can't afford a videographer, then this one's for you. One of the biggest regrets couples talk about after their wedding day is not having enough video footage of the moments that mattered most to them. Professional videography can be amazing, but for a lot of couples, it ends up getting cut from the budget. And that's where Memory can come in. Memory lets you collect all of the videos your guests take throughout your wedding day, and it turns them into a professionally edited wedding film, built from your guests' real perspective and memories from your day. The laughs, the dance floor, the chaos, and all of the emotional moments, all the stuff that you would normally never see again, you will get in your wedding video. It's super easy, memorable, and honestly, a genius idea for any modern wedding that cannot afford a videographer. Plus, you get your edited video back in just a few days. So imagine being on your honeymoon and this video comes into your inbox. Use code Cassie10 for 10% off at checkout at Memory. That's MEMORII. I have been a listener for about 2 years now, and I always laugh at the crazy scenarios people find themselves in while wedding planning. And my husband encouraged me to write in about my nosy neighbor and the effort she put in to try to stop our wedding day from happening in our backyard. I've changed all the names for this story. I will be Hannah, my hubby will be Grant, and my nosy neighbor will be Susan. In 2019, my now husband and I were tying the knot. We had just bought a beautiful home in a great neighborhood, super friendly neighbors, all except for one, Susan. She lived to the right of us and was very, very nosy. She was caught twice snooping in our mailbox, claiming she thought the mailman left her mail in our box on accident.
That's a federal offense.
I was just thinking that. Once while on a weekend getaway, she contacted us via Facebook Messenger about the lack of movement in our driveway, saying she looked in our windows to see if we were there and she didn't see anyone, so she called for a welfare check. It was a whole thing. I understand being like a watchful neighbor, but that's too much. We always were very kind to her, talking to her when we were all outside. But when we put up a privacy fence in our backyard, she got even nosier. I frequently found her sitting on her porch just looking around the neighborhood with binoculars. This was very strange to me. Is this woman married or is she living alone?
Yeah, she has nothing better to do for sure.
Ooh, okay. We had decided to throw a small wedding, about 40 to 50 people, at our house. In preparation for the wedding, we contacted the HOA to make sure that would not be a problem. We were doing a daytime cookout-style backyard wedding thing. Grilling, we had the pool open for some kids, and we're using the patio for dancing with our home speakers, not even bringing in a DJ. We were doing a courthouse wedding, so this was more of a party celebrating the marriage. I'm so glad we don't have to deal with an HOA.
Whenever you mention HOA, seeking approval through that is a lot worse than just reaching out to your neighbors around you. Like, hey, we're going to have our son's birthday parties in our backyard. Please come. And
we'll be having a good time.
The people are going to be, it's going to be a little bit louder. It's a kid's birthday party, so it's not like we're getting rowdy.
So they contacted the HOA. HOA says good. We were going to be wearing our wedding attire and asked people to dress up, not fancy, but dress up for the wedding. We rented a couple of tables and we're bringing in a professional florist to decorate inside and outside. So think fancy home wedding. I don't know how better to describe it. About 1 month before the wedding, we went around to the neighborhood to let everyone know we were hosting our wedding celebration at our house and that the neighborhood may be a bit busier than usual that day, possibly the day before and maybe the day after. Okay, so they're doing their due diligence.
Before kids, we would have people over, and I would let them know, too, that, hey, there might be extra cars. Sometimes I would ask our neighbor right next to us to adhere to having more cars on, in the actual road. Mm-hmm. Can we, pop our cars in your driveway for the day?
Yeah. 2 neighbors on our street were invited to the wedding, and the rest didn't seem to mind at all. They all sent their congratulations and were excited for us. Everyone except for Susan. No surprise.
Susan's just mad she didn't get the invite.
When we told her, she was mad that the street would be packed with cars and strangers she didn't know, and how she wanted no one parking in or around her house. We told her, unfortunately, people would be parking near her house because we were neighbors, but we would make sure they didn't park in front of her house. She also mentioned how she would need everyone to be gone around 6, because that's when she needs her rest time in the evening. We told her that the party was planned until 8, way before the noise ordinance in our neighborhood of 9:30 p.m. After that conversation, I didn't anticipate much more grumpiness, but 3 big things happened in the final 2 weeks. Your party's got to end at 6 o'clock. Says who?
To have a neighbor like Susan, we don't thankfully have one, and we never had one. Mm-mm. I never even had one growing up either.
Me neither.
Just not something I want to deal with ever.
No. She proceeded to email the HOA about parking concerns 5 different times. They finally forwarded it my way and asked if I had planned out parking at all. I told them the majority of the guests would park in our driveway and in front of our house, but any extras would be parking on the street. They followed up asking if we could have the others park near the neighborhood playground and walk up to avoid further confrontation from Susan. It was a bit of a walk, about 0.3 miles. We agreed, but we ended up asking our neighbors that were invited to the party if we could use their driveway, which they said yes. This resulted in us having to contact everyone to figure out driving situations so we could assign people exactly where they needed to park. Unnecessary extra work and stress, if you asked me. Agreed. You shouldn't have to do a parking chart for the cars.
No. The only time that you really have to do a parking chart is if there's a family that has a baby and if there's an elderly person that's attending your house. You always want to make sure for holidays. My grandma was coming.
Closest spot.
Exactly.
So that must be the first bad thing she did. The week before my wedding, several gifts and decorations were being delivered to the house. We didn't have a wedding shower, so lots of people bought things from the registry and mailed them directly to us. There was one day in particular where 8 packages arrived, 4 larger gifts and 4 boxes from Amazon that she thought sat out too long. So she took it upon herself to bring them inside for safety. The safe spot she decided on, her own house. I pulled in the driveway to her loading things up onto a wagon and pulling them into her garage. again. I think that's illegal.
Yeah, her with this mailing situation. I always give a thank you to our neighbors. Like we order Chewy for our dogs for dog food. And if it's out there and we're away, I get a text like, hey, you got a big package in your driveway, just FYI. Not like you got to get rid of it. Yeah. But it's raining and
you might want to bring
it in. Or I think one of our neighbors in particular was like, I put it against your garage so it didn't get wet.
Yeah, because we have the best neighborhood.
Yeah.
I confronted her and she tried to explain it away, saying it was neighbors watching after neighbors, and I should be grateful to live next to someone who actually cares. I was annoyed and I rolled my eyes and explained that our packages were not going to be stolen. I knew they were going to be delivered, and that was the first thing I was going to do when I got home from work. She then asked, why wasn't I invited? I found out Tammy and Bob got the invite, and so did the Smiths. I had to explain how we've grown very close to them the past year, and we've lived here, and we do a lot with them outside of our neighborhood. Not that I should have to explain anything to her. She said, if you aren't going to invite everyone on the street, you shouldn't throw your wedding here. Some of us are feeling very left out.
Yeah, only one person's feeling left out.
Every other person was fine with it. I told her it wasn't my intention to have people feel left out, but this is a personal celebration, and I can invite whomever I'd like to my own house. The next smack in the face was a letter she put into everyone's mailbox, gauging interest for a garage sale on the street. Guess the date in question, our wedding. I was pissed. My husband went over this time to talk to her, and she said, you don't own the date, and several people on our street have a free day, and I think it would be nice to build community by hosting a neighborhood garage sale. Luckily, everyone else on the street said that date didn't work for them, and she did not move forward with it.
I got to give her a little bit of props on it. She knows there's people from the outside coming in already, so she's trying to profit off of the wedding with her garage sale. Like, oh, I got all these cars coming in.
I didn't think of that. She's like, ooh, these guests might want to peruse before or after.
Yeah, obviously she might not have thought that through, but in terms of a business standpoint, it's a great garage sale business idea.
I was thinking more she was trying to make parking more difficult, like make their wedding day more difficult. And just
well, if they're going to have a garage sale, then they're going to have to park at the playground that's down the street then.
And walk up.
Mm-hmm.
The final punch came one day before the wedding. I was woken up by loud sawing noises. I walk out to see what it was. She decided she needed to have a giant tree removed from her side yard. You guessed it, the side yard that was next to us. Dust chips, tree branches, leaves going everywhere. My husband approached her again because I was so livid I could not talk to her. She told him it was a 2-day job and they would be finishing up sometime tomorrow afternoon.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't realize how crazy tree removal was until I had to see it after that storm.
Mm-hmm.
And like, that is so noisy. And like, they're up in the tree, like right there.
Yeah. Even if you have a privacy fence, they are looking over.
Yeah.
You can hear everything. It is the vehicle that gets rid of the tree.
Yeah, like
the
shredder.
The shredder. The shredder. Yeah, I'm like the tree removal. Yeah, the back part of the truck, the vehicle they bring in, the shredder, is insanely loud. Yeah. Again, if you got to remove a tree, I understand. But she knew, one, there was a wedding happening, and she tried to do a garage sale, and then she was like, well, the garage sale didn't work. What else can I do to make this worse for them?
Yeah. This person says, literally, what the hell? Why did she need to do that? I have no clue. There was nothing wrong with the tree. My husband ended up paying the company extra to push the final tree removal to Monday to avoid issues on our wedding day. Good for them. But also,
they shouldn't have to be paying.
Yes. All right. Finally comes the wedding day, and I guess Susan's personal snooping day. She made it her personal mission, I think, to disrupt the plans that we had. She set up a bunch of cones in front of her house to veer people away from parking there with caution tape in between. It looked like a crime scene.
Oh my God.
It's just like unnecessary.
But we didn't do it. Goodness. At the bottom of our neighborhood, there was a new pizza place that opened up, and I get it. Whenever it opened, there's people parking in a very kind of like
inopportune
in a place that they should not be parking at. Yeah. There's a stop sign. It's a lot of traffic that flows through it, and the person put cinder blocks there to blockade people parking there. So I kind of get it in that light, but I'm assuming with an HOA, they probably don't live somewhere that has a lot of vehicle traffic going through.
Yeah. I'm
doing
also
that
like,
is.
Don't you think the HOA is going to be like, you can't put up
Yeah,
cones
you can't do that. Thank
tape.
goodness I never lived in an HOA.
Yeah.
Like this is proving my desire to never do that.
When I read the story submission, I felt that this was probably like a fancier neighborhood. That's what I was like getting from.
Yeah, to be not like I'm great for them, but to say that majority of the cars are going to be able to park in their driveway, like we can fit 4 cars max in our driveway.
They might be able to fit like 6. I don't know the size of this
Who
house.
knows?
Okay. It looked like a crime scene. Our guests then started to get worried that they were going to get towed. I had to answer 4 calls about it as people were arriving for the wedding. She also made the decision to set up a very tall ladder in her backyard while blasting Jimmy Buffett on repeat.
What's the ladder for it though?
She kept climbing up the ladder to dust off the shutters or paint the shutters. I don't know what the hell she was doing up there. She honestly looked like she was climbing up to do nothing, just to look into the backyard. While Margaritaville blasted over and over again, Cheeseburger in Paradise can only be heard so many times before it gets annoying. My dad walked over there and asked her kindly to turn it down during the first dance and the speeches, which she did grumpily. Other than that, she didn't cause much chaos. After the wedding, she asked to see photos, and I told her there was no need since she saw it all from her ladder that day. She has been pretty distant since. Tried to yell at us for putting our trash cans too close to her yard once. Other than that, I act like I don't know her if I see her in public.
Yeah. Everything about this Susan lady is a punchable offense.
Susan sucks.
I never wanted to punch somebody more. If I dealt with a neighbor like this, I would be arrested for assault.
She's also one of those people that like does all these mean, wrong things on purpose and then like expects people to be friendly to her.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
I don't need to be cordial with you.
Right.
I get mad whenever our neighbor that moved in, not to the right of us, but to the left of us, does not cut her grass. Like, and we don't have an HOA. I know you can't do it. Just hire somebody. You have a massive lawn.
Or just ask for help. Like
Yeah.
most people are happy to be like, yeah, when I mow mine, I'll mow yours.
Yeah. We had a neighbor that just moved out of our neighborhood, and we did a little going away party for her at the local restaurant by us.
Mm-hmm.
And we mentioned how the neighbor that moved in directly next to me doesn't do any, the people that lived there before her did so much landscaping work. It always looked great. It's at the corner going down our street. I'm like, she doesn't even cut her grass. And shout out to them. Whenever they moved, they did get their mower out and cut the lawn, but they also like left the leftover grass. Shout out Steve. Him and I cut it again.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I'm surprised. Like neighbors don't really do these nice things like this wherever I was at before. Like, well, it's like thankfully it was already cut.
Also,
because
just
otherwise
like
I wouldn't do it.
if you can't do it yourself, which some people can't physically do it, hire someone else. If you can't afford that, which is fine too, ask for help.
Yeah.
Like most people, somebody in this neighborhood is going to be able to help out.
Right.
But I don't want a Susan neighbor. I'm glad we don't have any
If
Susan
Susan
neighbors.
was asking for help, I'd be like, you can kick rocks.
You can do it yourself.
You are SOL.
All right, welcome to our signature segment. Absolutely not. Where today we're addressing things you should absolutely not be doing as a neighbor. Okay? Or maybe absolutely yes.
Maybe absolutely yes.
We'll see. I'm going to ask today, and Garrett's going to give his take, and I'll give my other take.
Yeah, we're professional neighbors.
Yeah, we are. I guess. All right. Mowing your lawn at 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning.
Yeah, that's an absolutely not.
Mm-mm.
Saturday morning at 7 is the Zen time.
Sleep time.
Sleep time, Saturday or Sunday. To be honest, if you're doing it Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., I will allow it because you're either getting ready to go to work, you left for work, the kids have got to get up for school. So it's kind of a good alarm clock for it. But the additional thing about people mowing lawns is whenever someone does mow the lawn, then I'm forced to
then you have to go do it.
Like I'd look at my grass. Like,
See, I think 7 a.m. is just too early for any of that. Maybe 8, maybe 8:30 would be the earliest.
Yeah.
And on the weekends, 9 or later.
And if you're hiring somebody to do work outside at your house, they're not going to start until probably 8:30 at the earliest. So
Except for the trash.
Trash, yeah.
Trash comes at 6:30 a.m. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, the worst is
Monday morning.
We've done it very few times recently, but early on when we moved there to our house, it would be like 6 a.m. and I hear the truck, and it's either the recycling truck or the trash truck. And
Now the trash truck comes later, and I would forget to take the trash out, and then you're stuck with trash for 2 weeks. And like we fill up quick now with the kids, but back then we would have people over and have parties like we're 20 years old.
Yeah.
And not good.
Or like we were trying to rush to get the trash cans down.
Yeah,
like
you hear it, you're like, hurry, go. We gotta go. Hurry up.
Okay. Parking directly in front of someone's mailbox.
Yes. Again, I think it's okay because you know what, the mailman's gotta just get out and put it there. It's not like the mail's gonna skip your house because someone's there. It's just the right thing to not do.
Yeah.
Like don't park.
I feel like if a mailman was answering that question, they'd be like, absolutely not.
Right. And I'm not a mailman.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I feel like I'm guilty of parking in front of the mailbox because that's the only spot, like if I'm visiting someone else's house.
Right.
Or like our babysitters park pretty close to our mailbox frequently. And I remember once I got the mail and there was a note on it and it was like, please. It was like delayed a day because the person didn't get out of the truck. Maybe because of weather or something.
Yeah, weather might have been bad.
But it was literally like car parked too close to mailbox. And I'm like, oh,
yikes. So I guess maybe it is an absolutely not. It's parking in front of a mailbox or someone else's driveway, not like directly in front of it. Obviously, you don't want to like blockade. If it's a small enough road, if you're parking in front of a driveway,
it could be inconvenient.
It's inconvenient. It's not necessarily an absolutely not. It's just an absolutely inconvenient.
Yeah. And like one time our babysitter did that and got her car smashed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe don't do that.
Our neighbor also backed into your car and didn't say anything.
All right. Letting your dog poop in someone's yard while you're on a walk and you don't clean it up.
Like the first part of it, if you didn't say the last 5 words, it's fine because that's just what happens. Thank goodness your dog's going number 2. But to not clean it up, you can't be doing that.
That's a federal offense.
Is it really?
No.
Maybe if you do it. But no, it was I love Facebook community forums. Hilarious. In our local one, there's a particular drive that's in our like district. And this was probably a few years back. It still gets brought up in like conversation whenever there's something that's really blowing up online. But somebody went onto the community forum saying to not let your dog when you're walking to even go to the restroom. Cleaning up wasn't even part of it. It was like I just watched 5 people walk their dogs and they went number 2 in my yard. Each one got cleaned up. So then the joke
and there's no problem.
Then there's no problem for it. Our neighborhood, we have a lot of dogs, so it happens a lot. My issue is not necessarily, yes, you pick it up. Whenever I'm walking the dogs, I take the bags with me, but there are people that will like leave their bag somewhere on the street and then not come back and retrieve it. There's one right now on our street that is just sitting there.
Yeah, and then like cars hit it and it like gets all over.
Smears everywhere. But my issue right now with that bag, our bags currently for the dogs when I take them on a walk is blue. They have paw prints on it. This is, if anyone ever questions me, it's like, it's your dog's bag. It's your dog's poop in this bag. It's not because it doesn't have the paw prints. But I'm not picking it up. It's not my bag to pick up.
Yeah. Somebody probably bagged it and was like, I don't want to walk with this, and then just left it there.
Yeah. It's just rude. It's just rude. The worst part, though, is when I'm walking the dogs and I carry the poop bags in my pocket. We're going to have to put explicit because I'm saying poop.
I don't know.
We're taking the bags with us. I'm taking the bags with us when I'm walking the dogs. And I'm running low. Like I have 2 bags left. And I'm walking one of our dogs. Like once I get back home we have 3 dogs. So once I get to the second or third dog, I have a fresh bag ready to go. But our chocolate lab, depending on the like distance of the walk, he'll go 1 to 2 times most of the time. So like I'm good. I'm set 2 times. But then he has this mystery third one that drops. And it's always just like the gooeyest one. And then I'm far away and I'm not going to clean it up with an existing bag that already has stuff in it because I already have it roped up. It's good to go. Yeah. So then I will leave it, but I'll come back to it. The second dog I walk, or if it's on the last
time you loop it, you just pick it up.
I'll pick it up. And then you got to kind of make it seem like I just like envision the neighbors watching me not pick it up. So I kind of just give like a wave, like, hey, I'll be back. Case. I just ran out of bags.
Yeah. I feel like that's okay if you're in an instance where you run out of bags. But if you know you're walking your dog in the neighborhood, just bring the poop bags. Yeah. Like, clean it up and don't lay the bag down. Take it back to your house and put it in the trash can.
Steve, again, our next door neighbor, he has this goal in life to be our commissioner of our ward. One of his 3 things that he wants to kind of make his stand on is poop bag stations throughout the neighborhood.
Yeah. In Florida, they always had those everywhere.
Yeah.
Asking how much someone paid for their house before you even introduce yourself to the new neighbor.
In this day and age, you don't even have to ask because I'm already looking at what the listing was, and then I see it goes contingent, and then I see that it sold for this much over. These days, everything's over.
Everything's over.
It's never really going under unless the house is a hunk of junk.
I feel like it's like a hot topic on our street too. Like everyone's following it.
Yeah, well, we look at it like we bought our house 6 years ago, and the houses that are going on our street are going double of what we paid for.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Would I love to eventually get like a bigger house and go somewhere else? Yeah, it'd be nice. And we'd make a profit off of selling our home. But then when we go to another place, we're going to probably pay triple.
Yeah.
Based off of that. The housing market now is nuts. No, you don't ask somebody that.
No.
On what they paid for. But again, Zillow is a free app to search homes around the area. And we're not currently like looking for homes, but Zillow is one of my top 10 apps that I go on to just peruse, just to look.
Sometimes.
Certain school
I feel like
districts,
you show me houses.
areas.
Sometimes you're like, oh, look at this house. We could get this house. I'm like, yeah, maybe. Who knows? Who knows where life will take us? Peeking through your blinds every time someone pulls in to your driveway.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
I'm also doing it.
Yeah. Like,
even when people are walking down the street, I'm looking at who it is.
If it's my driveway, before I even have to peek, our dogs are seeing somebody pull in our street or in our driveway to like, hey, there's someone here. Hey, what are you doing here? What are you doing?
Who's there?
Yeah. But yeah, walkers that are walking down the street, I'm peeking out. I see some of the neighbors out. Like, well, maybe I'll go out and conversate with them too.
Make my way out.
Yeah. I think it's all right.
I think that's okay
especially
too.
Your own property. You want to know who it is. Most of the time it's like the pizza delivery guy, or it's an Amazon box coming in, or we decide to get groceries delivered.
Yeah, deliver groceries. We are on a cul-de-sac, so we don't get a lot of turnaround traffic.
No.
But I feel like in certain neighborhoods that would be annoying if you were like a convenient spot to have to turn around.
Yeah.
That would suck.
One of my favorite spots locally around the greater Pittsburgh area, and it's outside of Allegheny County, so local Pittsburghers are like, this isn't really Pittsburgh. But in Greensburg, PA, Joey-O's Pizza, it's in a very inconvenient place to pick up pizza.
Yes.
The parking lot's terrible. You got to park either on the street. I think we had to do it the last time. But whenever we were pulling out to get on the road that we needed to get to go to our next destination, I had to pull into a driveway. And I'm sure that person gets it a lot. So I'm sorry to that person.
Whoever lives next to Joey-O's, we turned around in your driveway. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Creating a neighborhood Facebook post before talking to your neighbor about an issue that you're having.
Yeah, you can't do it, but I love the drama to like see that online. Yeah. Like if I go to, again, our community forum that's on Facebook, I just eat that thing up. I love seeing that kind of stuff go online.
The community forums are so funny because it's like, did you hear those sirens? What's going on? It's like 2 seconds after you hear an ambulance. You're what?
2 minutes pass and there's already 20 responses. Like there are people that just sit there and listen all around them to be like, what's going on out there? Something's wrong. Yeah. Is there an accident? Is there a fire? Like they always go to the most dramatic thing.
And people like listen into I don't know what the police thing is. Like you can listen in on a scanner. Is that what it is?
Pittsburgh scanner. There's the Pittsburgh scanner, Twitter or X, the Everything app. I follow that one. I don't really go on X that much, but it's for things like the Pittsburgh scanner.
But do people like sit around and listen to that for fun?
I think so.
I'm like, who has the time for that? They're like, well, I know what happened because I was listening on the Pittsburgh scanner. I'm like, really?
Yeah. Most of the people that are causing Facebook drama in their community, if you go to their page, it's a flower as their profile picture, or it's like birds with a quote on it.
Freedom.
Freedom. Yeah, the American flag with like a bald eagle. And you're like, okay.
I also feel like our Facebook community pages are all about pizza. Like everybody's fighting about the best pizza shop. And I'm like,
it's the easiest way to get 100 plus comments. Best pizza place around. Like I'm going to do it later and just see what happens.
I remember I wrote on our Facebook page too when we were like looking for a new babysitters.
Yeah.
And people are like so rude. They're like, you're just going to put this information out there on the internet. I'm like, it's just like having people apply for a job. I'm telling them where to contact me so that I can like find out if you are available to babysit. I'm not just hiring any Joe Schmo.
Just because you're responding to it doesn't mean I'm going to hire you. I'm going to get a background check on it. I'm going to do whatever. But the Facebook community forums are a sanctuary that never needs to go away.
Correct.
Like I still follow the one that's from my hometown.
Yes.
And they got mad about a sign that it was the high school logo. It wasn't by the high school, but it took the place of an 84 lumber sign. And everyone was in an uproar about it. Like it's a different world down in the Mon Valley area, Belle Vernon in particular, in terms of the Facebook snobs.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. They're everywhere on there.
It's
so
pretty dramatic.
I have to stay in. I have to stay in it. Don't kick me out. I know who runs it. Don't kick me out, even though I don't live there anymore.
I don't think they really kick people out.
They kick people out whenever they find out they actually don't live there.
Calling the cops because someone is playing music at 9:07 p.m.
No, yes, no.
Absolutely not.
Well, like,
I don't think
you call the cops, so to say. You maybe say like, hey, can you turn it down? My kids are asleep. Because going from being a parent to not a parent in a neighborhood, I definitely get annoyed about certain things. Am I a culprit of a lot of the things that I get annoyed with? Absolutely, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like having the music up until like 9, 10 o'clock, sometimes even 11 back during 2020 times. You don't call like the cops on that.
Yeah. It's like if you have a problem, just go over to the neighbor's house and be like, hey, can you quiet down? If you've asked them multiple times and they're not listening, then of course cops might have to get involved. But I'm like, calling somebody at 9:07, come on.
No.
If that was the case, then like our street would have the cops on it every weekend.
every weekend. Not every weekend, every other weekend. What it also gets me is when the kids are going to sleep and someone's going down the street and they honk their horn.
Yeah,
I'm like, dude,
it pisses me off.
We're going, the kids are trying to sleep. He is fading.
Yeah, like almost out.
And
then
almost
it's like
done.
Beep, beep, beep. And then they're like, what was that?
Who was that?
I'm like,
who was that?
Nobody. It's the nighttime car. Go to sleep.
Yeah. We have the nighttime train.
Nighttime train.
Down on the bottom of our hill. There's a train that passes by. Used to be like, we would say like, it's the 907er.
Yeah.
And that doesn't always come at the same time anymore, but it's anywhere between like 8 and 9:30. It passes through. Like, yep, that's time to go to sleep.
There it is. Okay. Walking your dog around the neighborhood off leash.
Yeah. No matter what. It's not necessarily if your dog is friendly or not. You don't know how a person might be that might run into that dog. They might be afraid of dogs. They might have had a bad experience with the dog.
Mm-hmm.
You always got to assume the worst, then assume that your dog's going to be a saint.
And you cannot control an animal. Like we have friendly dogs, but like if a aggressive dog would come up to our dog, like there could be a fight or you could get snipped at. Like we had that one time we were walking where it wasn't the neighbor's fault, but the dog escaped out of the garage while the garage door was closing. And remember, it kind of came at us and Benny was a baby.
Yeah, we had the kids in the stroller. We had our chocolate lab, and our chocolate lab's the sweetest dog it can be. It went after our dog.
Yes.
But then it also jumped towards you, and you were holding Benny.
Yeah.
Like, no, that can't be. I went full dad mode then. I'm like,
you have to, because like if the dog would like it can seriously injure either another dog or a person. Like I know that was like one of those situations. They didn't mean the dog to come out. Like the dog literally escaped. Yeah. But like when people are at the park or people are in the neighborhood with their dog off leash, it's like you could think your dog is friendly, and then it's like a switch. Yeah. That dog could attack another dog.
They're animals. No matter what would happen. No. Yeah, and that German Shepherd, there was a German Shepherd that went after it. Those people that lived in that house moved like a month later because we confronted them.
Pretending you just happen to be outside when you see the neighbors congregating in the street chatting together.
Yeah, I am a sucker for this one.
This is an absolutely yes for you.
It's like peeking out of the window blinds, like, everyone's out. Like, let me go grab the mail real quick.
What type
I gotta
of
grab
excuse?
something from my car.
That is you to a T. I feel like we're both like that, but like I feel like you'll see people outside and then you're like, I'm just gonna go check if the mail came yet, and I'm like,
did you get the mail yet? And I'm already out. Even though you got it, I already see it on the kitchen counter. But our son does the same thing. If he sees kids out there, It's like, we gotta go.
Gotta get my Crocs on.
Yeah, we gotta go. They're all outside. They're all there. But our dogs do the same thing.
Yeah.
Where they'll see another dog out there. Like our neighbor, again, shout out Steve. He has a dog that is in an electrical fence, but he'll see that she's outside. So then he wants to go next door.
Yeah.
So then I get him on a leash and I take him
over. Our next segment is Ask Us Anything. We have received a lot of questions coming in from our followers on Instagram and on Facebook. Some are personal, some are wedding related. So today we're going to tackle 2 of each. Okay.
Cool.
For the personal, what is your most irrational pet peeve about each other? I guess, what is your biggest pet peeve of each other? I don't know why irrational. That doesn't make any sense, but okay.
Like, it's going to get tense in here.
Ooh, I'm nervous.
I think this actually, when we were on a cruise, this was years ago, we got asked this question. We met a couple that were on the same cruise. Like, if you get selected for it, we already know the questions in advance. So
we cheated.
We cheated.
Don't tell Norwegian Cruise Lines.
We did win, but the same question got asked, and we didn't. We went through it with each other to know what this answer was, and then we didn't answer it correctly.
Yeah, it was not so newlywed game.
Wrote it on the board, and you put something, and I had to guess. Is this what she's most annoyed with me, or and vice versa? We went 0 for 2 on this one. I want to hear your take first because I think I know. Based off of what happened on that cruise.
I 100% always say the same thing, but it's finding your contacts all over. Dried up contacts. I'm not talking the contacts. I mean, those are all over too, but do you wear dailies? Is that what they're
I'm
called?
a daily contact because my eyes used to get
itchy?
No, not itchy. When I was in middle school and I switched from glasses to contacts, which I never wore transition lenses, by the way.
That is a lie.
I swear I didn't. She saw a picture of me in glasses and they looked like transition lenses. It had to be the camera because I never did. Anyway, I went from I was in weekly contacts, and I would get called a pot smoker in 7th grade. And I was very anti that in 7th grade for sure.
He was Dare Student of the Year.
Yeah, I was Dare Student of the Year.
Dare Student of the Year.
I don't even know what it stands for. So then I switched to dailies, and I am a culprit.
Yeah. It's I'll be in the bathroom. They're on the counter in our room, on your shelf. And it's it's not one. It's 30.
Yeah. Well, it's right before,
I'm oh.
right before I lay down for bed. I'm I still got my contacts in. So I just take them out and then I put them on there. Some of them end up falling on the ground. And then when I run the vacuum, it's
Yeah. And I got a close second.
Oh, you got 2.
It's very similar, but instead of contacts, it's dried up Zins in the side of my car. I know when you've been riding in the passenger seat a lot because of the Zins I've piled up on the on the car door.
Yeah, it happens even in my own. I will specifically drink an energy drink or Gatorade or whatever, and once I finish it, I'll put it to the bottom left, and then that's now a trash can for my Zins.
No free ads.
No free ads Zins, or maybe send us. I'm almost to enough credits to get free solo stove.
Can't wait.
I spent thousands of dollars to get a free solo stove
Can't
on
wait
that
for
one.
That free solo stove.
All right, yours.
I could name off 5 for myself.
I would give in terms of you are not an energy saver in any regard. When it comes to lights, you go into a room, that light's on for the rest of the day.
I don't like it being dark. I need the lights on. I'm
I'll come home if I get home from work. There's the chandelier light. There's the kitchen light. There's the chandelier above the dining room table. The lamps are on. The kids' bedrooms are on. I'm what is happening here? We're gonna blow a fuse eventually.
I am guilty, 100%.
Also, this is such a dad thing to say, is thermostat. I will come.
Yeah, I'm also so guilty of this.
Our furnace froze because you turned it down too much.
It was at 69.
Yeah, well, that's too low. That's too low.
It has to be at a hard 70.
71.
Now it's 71.
Because I don't want to deal with no AC in the summertime. But yeah, even during when it gets hot, you turn it up way too much. I'm sweating going to bed. I like a nice cold night.
Okay, well, 71 is not cold.
It's good. It's perfect.
It's if we go to my parents, it's at 68 or 65. I feel at your parents, it's hot at their house.
Oh, yeah. RIP my grandma, but we would make jokes on what did she set? What
Over
does she
or
have
under
it?
85?
Yeah, what is it set at right now? And it'd be set at like 77, and it'd be 85 on Christmas Day or Easter Sunday. I'm like, oh my gosh, Grandma, you gotta work this. Like, we would go there for Survivor finales or Survivor Wednesdays. Like, we gotta open up the back
Get some
door.
box fans up in here.
Yeah, be prepared. Dress light
Ooh,
in
okay.
the dead of winter.
All right. And the next personal question that I picked out was, clearly you two like to be around each other and your kids. I feel like that's a compliment. You like to spend time together. But what are your other hobbies? What else do you guys do?
Like, oh, I don't know. I feel like a lot of our hobbies like changed once you have kids.
Yeah.
Your hobbies become what their hobbies are.
Mm-hmm.
Like on a nighttime, right now our son's into soccer, so he goes to soccer. Baseball when he did winter baseball.
I feel like you like to go to the gym.
Yeah, we like to go work out.
Frequent gym goer. I like to read.
Yeah.
Psychological thrillers. I also love to listen to true crime podcasts, I would say. You like to listen to podcasts.
Yeah, when I walk the dogs daily, and that's a podcast, or go on a run. I signed up once the marathon just came through. I signed up for the half marathon, so now I got to do it. So
shout out to Paige. She did the full marathon.
Yeah, shout out to my niece. She did the full marathon. Very impressive. Yeah, I felt like whenever before kids, hobbies were about the same.
Yoga. I love to go out and like have a few drinks, have a good time.
Yeah, shoot some hoops.
Karaoke
For sure. I karaoke so much that we brought it to our own house.
Games. I feel like we used to be big game people.
Yeah,
like,
it's hard now with kids because
they want to play. The pieces are small. You can't pay attention.
Yeah, like you're not going to win a game with kids when you're playing like a game night with friends.
Yeah, I really do want to get back into tap dancing. Like it's on my bucket list for 2026.
I'm just gonna never tap dance in my life.
I want to get back into that. But
I'm in my mid 30s. I still like to video game. I still like to that's how you stay close with some friends that are still in that same sequence of things. I'm not like an avid video gamer of like playing these like there's a new game that comes out and everyone gets into it. Like I stick to my same games.
Yeah, your same few.
Yeah. Like I don't go beyond. I like a Madden or college football 34, and I'll play some Fortnite still. Now my son likes to play it. Like okay,
there's nothing wrong with that.
It happens once every about 2 years, maybe 1 year. We get back into like Mario games. If I play any story-based game, it's Mario. That's about it, and I'll play it again. Like Mario Sunshine, by far the best video game of my lifetime.
I liked Mario Party. I still like Mario Party, but like I don't want to play the 50 rounds.
See, I like
20 rounds.
Well, we never really do 50 rounds. You like 15 and I like 20.
Short. Like that just gets too long for me.
Yeah, but if you do 15, you're not really getting the full experience. 20 is like the perfect amount of rounds that you do in a video game for Mario Party.
Fair.
Shout out best Mario Party map is the hotel one. It's like maybe Mario Party 7 or 8.
I like the mall one.
The mall one's pretty good on the new one. We haven't played this in a while. We might have to give it a shot. All right, so the wedding-based ones for you. I'm, again, professional wedding guest, so I won't really know my insight as well. So I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
I don't understand what and when I should be feeding my vendors. I had no idea about this until my caterer put it on the bill.
I feel like a lot of people don't know that you're supposed to feed your wedding vendors, and it is like a surprise charge because you're serving them food. You're going to be charged for it.
Yeah, but how many more mouths is that?
So usually, I would say on average for a wedding, maybe 4 to 6 vendors you're going to be feeding. You want to feed them a hot meal, hot and substantial, or like the two things I say. Like you don't want to be like, here's a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Maybe you order them a pizza, something like that. But like most of the time in the contract, it's going to say something like, I require a 30-minute break and a hot meal, and you'll feed them similar to what you're eating, or you'll feed them exactly what your guests are eating. Most of the time it's at a cheaper cost because they're not like sitting in the room, like getting, full service 3-course meal or something like that. Sometimes they'll walk through the buffet, but you do need to feed them. And if you don't feed them, like that's a breach of contract. Technically they could walk out, and there's like horror stories of that happening.
Yeah, that's not good.
I would never do that. But like you do want to be fed. They're working like a super long day, and it's not like a normal office where you can like have a fridge and go in the break room. Like you need to eat. And what was the other part? Where? I always say
what and when.
What and when. So when, I would say feed them when the couple's eating at the same time, because when the couple's eating,
There's not much going on.
Right.
Yeah.
no formalities. And preferably, I think a lot of people want to sit in like a back room away from the guests.
Yeah, you don't want to. And there's probably somewhere where like the catering is prepping and such. So just set up a couple tables back there for them. And if you don't feed them, I do think it's a little rude as the like vendor to just like upright and leave, because then it just looks bad if they're not eating. Like if I were a vendor and I didn't get fed, I'd want to eat something substantial. So then I'm like, I might order DoorDash and Grubhub, and then that looks bad. So
yeah. Or like some contracts even will say something like, if you don't choose to feed us, then we are able to leave for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And like you would rather have them on site, because say something pops up and they want to capture that moment, they might hear it if they're like not in the room, or if they're in the room in the corner, they can like still get up and like capture that moment. But if they leave, they leave.
Yeah. Other one, I am toying around with my bar. I don't want a cash bar, but I can't afford a full bar. What do you suggest?
A cash bar.
Cash bar.
Just kidding.
No.
I don't suggest a cash bar if you can avoid it. I talk about this a lot on my social pages, that I think as the host, you should be doing a hosted bar. So your guests shouldn't be paying for drinks. But whatever you're hosting can be anything in between. So sometimes it's like beer and wine and non-alcoholic drinks, or sometimes it's you have a vodka, a tequila, and a whiskey, and beer and wine and non-alcoholic drinks. Whatever it is, you can be a little flexible. Maybe you do signature cocktails, but I do think you should try to figure out how to host your bar in some sort of sense. Or if it's going to switch to a cash bar and that's what you have to lean into, then you need to let your guests know ahead of time. Some cash bars literally only take cash, which is crazy to me. But if it's like a company that's coming in, they might not have the capability to do card. And I think it's just good to let your guests know ahead of time. But you don't have to offer every liquor under the sun.
No. As a professional wedding guest, I do not anticipate to order like high-end alcohol. Usually I'm getting whatever signature cocktail just to try it out, whether it's a his or hers or it's like a dog featured. A lot of people do that now. But I'm getting whatever the domestic beer is, or I'm just going to like a go-to of a whiskey, well, no matter what brand it is, or vodka, whatever brand they have, staying away from tequila, because that gets me going.
Well, I just feel like there's people that are just so rude, and they're like, it's mandatory. You need to have a full open bar. And I'm like, says who?
Yeah.
Like, just be happy with what's being served. Like,
this isn't a restaurant.
No.
You don't need all the fixins.
Like, if you don't like what's being served on the bar, maybe it's not your level of bar that you would prefer, then like have a non-alcoholic drink, have a Coke, have a Diet Coke.
Yeah. A lot of the stuff with our trailer, I feel like we don't get these absurd amount of options. It's like 5 options is about it. And like we have enough to make various drinks from those beverages.
Yeah.
But not anything that's like crazy.
Yeah. So my advice would just be play around with the different options. It doesn't have to be full open bar, but cover the costs of the bar, whatever you decide upon.
This is I'm a millennial, but most of the people that get stingy about needing a particular drink, I'm sorry, shout out boomers, but it's you.
It's the boomers,
it's the boomers.
100%.
I get mad about everything, so. Okay. This next segment is brought to you by Betting on the Wedding, an interactive activity that might be one of the most fun things that you can add to your wedding day. It's an app where your guests can make predictions throughout your wedding, like who's going to cry first, how long the speeches will go, who's hitting the dance floor with the craziest moves. But here's where it gets even better. You can keep it super light and just play for bragging rights, or if your crowd is a little competitive, you can actually have guests make a real bet with real money. At the end of the night, the winner takes all, or they can choose to split the pot with the couple, and it's super easy to set up. You just create your event, share a QR code, and your guests are in. Trust me, this is the kind of thing your guests will be talking about long after your wedding, especially if it's like a hot pot at the very end.
Mm-hmm. We have our wigs on today for VIP Table. And shout out to Victoria from Berg Brides. She sent us a wig after she was on as a guest. So I have that on today.
Yeah, you look like Tight Pants from Jimmy Fallon.
I'm loving it.
And I am a grandma. Well, I'm a boomer. This one, VIP Table. This is Neighborhood Stereotypes. There's like very generic ones again.
Mine are pretty generic. Like some of them are specific, but most of them are like.
Yeah, I tried to get a shy away from it. I'll let you kick off. This hair.
You have here, it got stuck on my backpack.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, I'm going first. The neighbor that stops every car to chat. about nothing. Like they were walking down the street, then you have to roll down your window and talk to them. And like they're blocking up the street, but they do it to every person that's coming up and down.
Okay. 1-1? You went with that? 1-1?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe mine are bad.
Yeah. It was like I see it as like it's never bad to small talk, right?
Not every car.
Not
and
every
like,
single car.
I don't want to talk to the neighbors all the time.
The only time I actually stop for a neighbor is if it's like few of them.
Yes.
But most of the time it's like a quick wave, a quick go. When you start going on and on a conversation, you're just kind of like talking the talk at that point.
Yeah.
Like, all right, wrap this up.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm praying for a car to come behind me.
Right.
Get me out of this situation.
Hurry it up.
Like, all right, I gotta go. I'll see you later. My first pick is going to be the neighbor that has fireworks for any occasion. Like 4th of July, I get like most of the time it's like an American holiday, but the Steelers just won a football game and there's fireworks going off, or it's Thanksgiving and there's fireworks going off. Like you don't have to have fireworks.
That is a good
for
one.
Everything. We did like
I was gonna say probably at Mia's party they were like,
yeah, we had my niece's party. She's in the military, she's in the Navy, and she hasn't been around for the holidays this past year or this upcoming year. So we did an all holiday party for her where we did fireworks, but I know the community forum in my parents' hometown, my hometown,
probably
someone had to say something about it because you hear fireworks, and I get the people that get mad about it when it comes to dogs because dogs are fearful of it. And there's people maybe with PTSD that, again, I understand it, but to do it for any occasion, it's not necessary. I'm not like I don't mind fireworks, but I don't really like the Pirates have a fireworks after a game. I don't need to go to a game to watch fireworks. Like they don't really do it for me. That's some people's MO.
Right.
My second pick is the neighbor that makes their lawn decor to showcase their political beliefs.
Oh.
This isn't necessarily just like putting on during an election year or just like a local district representative. It's the signs, or I see people with certain like figurines of a president.
I know.
That they post about. I'm like, all right, you're making this your entire personality.
The worst.
Like they make their own little makeshift like wood signs that spells out their last name. And you're like, okay.
I do know exactly what house you're talking about. It's not in our neighborhood, but I pass it and there's like a statue of a president. I'm not going to say which one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why?
They have the flag. They have the statue. They have a makeshift thing. There's someone in our neighborhood that has lights.
Yes.
That are against their tree. That's just that. And they also have that same person that's in their window.
I know.
Like, I'm like, all right. If you make your political beliefs your personality, you're not. I'm not.
Those were both really good. Way better than any of the ones I think I have on my list, but I will go through mine. The neighbors who leave their dogs out in the yard all day and they don't shut up and they bark at everything that passes.
Yeah. First and foremost, leaving your dog out just
for a long time.
I get it. Dogs are meant to be outside. That's what they're like. They should be, but to never really like care for them and then just having them yap.
Or if you have super yappy dogs, like
put them in.
We all don't want to hear them.
Put them in.
We all don't want to hear them.
Exactly. There are two in particular dogs of the same breed that are about 5 houses down from our street that I know someone is walking whenever they're passing. Very loud.
They didn't inspire that. Maybe they did. The next one I'm calling the ghost neighbor. Literally never seen them. I don't even know if they're alive.
Oh my God. Yes.
We have a few of those.
One of my picks are they alive neighbor.
Yeah. It's like, they're there. You've seen them maybe once or twice a year. But like, I couldn't tell you. If I saw them out at a store, I couldn't tell you who they were.
Right.
Someone's living in the house because you see a light go on like every month or so. The garage door goes open and
there's
down.
A cat in like one of the window sills. Like someone's in there.
But like everybody else on the street's social, and then there's just somebody that you don't know who they are. Ghost neighbor.
Next pick is the neighbor that receives at least one package a day.
I think that's us.
That might be like Amazon, FedEx, UPS is pulling up all the time. Their groceries are getting delivered.
Are you describing me?
It might be us. There's also like, it's not just us. There's other people that do it too, but
I'm high on the list.
Always getting stuff. I'm like, man, we're definitely that neighbor in our neighborhood.
For the sake of convenience, I'm like grocery delivery.
Yeah.
Ordering stuff for vacation. I'll get it from Amazon. It's just like easier
It's
that
not
way.
that we're getting everything grocery delivered. It's like the essential stuff that you don't have to go and like, I need to get lunch meat. I don't want someone picking out lunch meat for me. Even like when it comes to like chicken meat and beef or like whatever our protein is, I prefer to do it because they sometimes like don't get exactly what we want,
or they
get
us
an absurd amount. Like we can't be, I'm not going to eat all of this. We're going to have it go to waste.
Dang, that was a good one.
This one also might be us. It is the cookout DJ. So it's the neighbor that is grilling in the back or wherever their house is. For us, it's in the back, and they're playing on their speakers at a high volume.
Oh yeah.
But like I'm vibing whenever I have a cookout going on.
That's definitely us. I think both yours were me and you.
There was a time I was cooking out, and we weren't having like people over. It was just us having.
I just burped, but I hope the microphone didn't pick that up.
It wasn't us having a party. It was just us grilling out, and I had the speaker going, and it was during the same time that school was let out, and I got a text from the neighbor, not like, hey, turn it down, but, oh, you have it like your music selection is immaculate right now.
Yeah.
Like what's going on? I'm like, oh, we're just like
we're vibing
cooking.
back here.
I gotta have music on whenever I'm on the grill.
Yeah. Oh dang, I don't know what to pick for my last one because there's two, but I'm gonna pick this one. The tinkering neighbor.
What is that?
The neighbor that's always working on a project.
Yes.
A car, a tractor, anything that needs fixed.
Like if you need something fixed, to go to them too.
You're like, I'm going to go to that person and see if they could help me. But they're always just like out working on stuff, which is like a hobby.
A good hobby. And they're always willing to help too.
Yeah. They're a helpful neighbor. That would be my last pick.
That's a good pick.
Mm-hmm.
That is one of our neighbors in particular.
Shout out Steve.
Shout out Steve. He goes on Saturday mornings to estate sales to buy his next project, and then he'll bring it home, and he has a place that's in Conneaut Lake that'll take it up there to like test it, and then he comes back with it and it's on the market, and a week later someone's buying it.
The Facebook flipper.
The Facebook flipper is also him. All right, kids table. I did have the always fixing something in their garage driveway. I had the neighborhood community neb nose. Mm-hmm. It's just it's not necessarily like you're nebbing on everybody. It's the fact that they know everything that's going on within the neighborhood.
Yeah. I also had like similar, I put the early morning walker who judges everybody.
Yeah. Like, they know what's going on because they're out and about within the community. I did have always walking. We mentioned it earlier in other segments, but the neighbor who walks his dog with no leash, his or her dog.
I had the street speeder. Like driving 50 in a neighborhood, like you got to slow down.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
It doesn't happen in like communities that, like, if it's more of the parking spot police, like you're in a neighborhood where the parking spots are in front of the house on a road, and it's the Pittsburgh lawn chair syndrome that goes on here. Like that's their spot. And if someone parks there,
they're PO'd.
They're mad. They're mad. I kind of had it growing up, where I lived on a street like that. Our street was street parking, and I grew up with 4 siblings. So, but at the time, whenever I got older, my sister and I had a car, or I had a car, my sister had a car. She was post-college, living at home still, just graduated. And then my parents had 2 cars. And like we didn't have like a bunch of houses on the street, but that's taking up 4 spots right there.
Yeah.
So if we ended up like our spot was taken because there was 1 extra car that was there visiting somebody else, then where am I going to park? We had like an alleyway that we would go to for it, but other neighbors got a little mad about it. I was the parking spot that was furthest away from our house. Everyone else got like the convenient spot.
You're the youngest, so you had to take that spot.
I had the Chevy HHR. Yeah, a lot of the other things, I had the lawn guy. Not necessarily someone that like does it at 7 a.m., but like they just meticulously keep their lawn perfect. And I don't know how they do it. Like I like to keep our lawn well. Like
You care a lot about the lawn, but.
And it's not necessarily like lawn, but like landscaping as a whole.
Yeah.
Their shrubbery has to be pristine. Mm-hmm. They get mulch in every year.
and just like make that place look nice. Like I can't upkeep
it's
it.
Like a whole full-time job. My only other one that I had that weren't like matching what yours were was the over decorator who doesn't undecorate. Like they put up all the stuff for Christmas in particular, and then it's like February and it's all still up. And I'm like, you know what? If that's what makes them happy, fine. But I'm like, come on. It's April.
It is,
Take it down.
It just gets to a point that I understand you leave it on for a long time, because sometimes I'll wait if as soon as it's a nice day that it's coming down.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's negative degrees outside, I'm going to let it linger a little bit longer just to.
But at what point do you just be like, let's just leave it up till next year?
You get to summertime like now. I don't think anyone has their lights still up.
No.
Some people do it though.
I know. That's why I put it on my list.
It's a good pick. It's a good pick. No, shout out neighbors. Shout out Steve.
Yeah. Shout out to our neighborhood.
I gotta say that like we did hit the jackpot with our neighborhood.
100%. We
Good
have a
people.
great street.
We're like not that we were knocking neighbors in this at all.
No.
We're knocking the one. If we brought up anything, most of the time it was against like neighbors that like we don't interact with at all.
Yeah. And it's just like neighborhood stereotypes. It's not in particular.
Yeah. And we'll probably hang out with them later today.
Yes, we will.
Guaranteed. Okay. So thank you all for another episode of Absolutely Not Another Podcast. Make sure that you like it, subscribe, follow, whatever the button says to do so. Share it with your friends, especially anyone that might be getting married, or if you know for this particular episode, if it's a neighbor, be like, hey, this was a
great neighborhood episode. Share it with the street.
This is just up our alley, so to say.
And if you have a good story, remember to email it into info@weddingprocast.com.
All right. We will see you all next time.